this is Russ. You know, I just came back from a place called Indian Bistro. Yeah, they're actually not too far from the 3 mile path that I always ride at. And so I decided to go in there to order their lunch special. You know, I always want a lunch special. That's where you get your best values. And so I ordered a butter chicken. Now, if you've never had Indian food before, yeah, this is a good one. So anyways, I've been there several times in the past, and I've ordered mostly butter chicken. It's actually my favorite Indian food. Now, I don't know whether this is what all the Indians eat, but a lot of Americans like eating the butter chicken because it's pretty tasty, okay? So I went in there and I ordered butter chicken. Now, granted, they were fairly busy in there, and I think they're understaffed. I saw a thing on the sign in the window saying they needed some kitchen help. So I think there was 2 people cooking, and the one gentleman is taking orders. He's always there taking orders, so I've seen him quite a few times. So anyways, I decided to take you to go to have some butter chicken, okay? Now, the lunch special usually doesn't come with what I have right in front of me, all right? It's usually a smaller container. I'll show you a photo of what the lunch special butter chicken typically would look like. This is from past times I've gone there before. And as you can take a look at this, there's usually some salad in there, it's a little bit of rice, and some of the butter chicken, okay? But this time, this is what they gave me. Okay, I'll put some photos up here because it's kind of hard to hold all this stuff up without dropping everything. But this is the butter chicken, okay? It's in a container of itself. They've also given me a whole plate, a whole order of chicken biryani, okay? I didn't order this. And then there's probably some yogurt sauce or something like that with it. So I got a lot more than I ordered. And here's the interesting part. Because they were so busy and people were waiting for their stuff, I think they gave me the wrong order. Now, after I placed my order and I asked for a lunch special butter chicken, he took the money. It was $6.99 plus tax. I think it was $7.90 something like that. I didn't get a receipt. And so I was waiting for it, and it took 20 minutes, all right? You know, for a lunch type of thing, 20 minutes is a long time to wait, all right? I think they mixed up the order. Because he knew I had butter chicken, he gave me the thing that said butter chicken, but on the bag, I don't know what I did with the bag showed butter chicken, an order of butter chicken, and an order of chicken biryani, okay? Now, that's the regular stuff. I don't know what this thing costs, quite frankly. I'm gonna have to look it up in the menu, and I'll put a graphic up here so you can find out what this thing really should have cost, but I've got a lot more than I really paid for. So it's too far to go back, to give it back to them, and I'm sure they're not gonna take it back. They don't know what I did to it, so yeah, whoever's gonna pick up their order, they're gonna get my lunch special. Yeah, I kind of feel bad, but hey, what can I say? It wasn't my mistake. So I benefited this time. So rather than eating this in the car, I said, I'm gonna have to bring this home. So I drove all the way back home and decided, you know, I'll get a plate and we'll do this. So, all right, so anyways, you can't eat butter chicken by itself. You gotta have some rice with it. So it's typically, the rice is basmati rice. And I like basmati rice. You know, Chinese guys usually eat like short grain or long grain rice or jasmine rice, but it's actually pretty good with basmati rice. So let me go ahead and do the butter chicken because I've been waiting a long time for this thing. And butter chicken, you know, when you think about butter chicken, you kind of think it's gonna be lots of butter, and I don't know if there is lots of butter in here or not, but I never really taste the butter as butter. It's got tomato type sauce. I'm sure it's got some type of yogurt or something like that too. You can look it up if you look up a recipe for butter chicken. But it is my favorite thing. All right. Now I've seen the color of this go from darker red to this orange color. I'm used to the orange color. And I will tell you that Indian food is one of my favorite foods. You probably would have never known that, but yeah, it is. So let's try this butter chicken, okay? This stuff is good stuff, man. I think of all the stuff that you can get the butter chicken. Yeah, it's got a little spice to it, a little kick to it. Every place I go to that has butter chicken, it's usually really good, almost no matter where you go. This stuff is really good. Let me tell you a little history about Indian food and how I got involved with Indian food, okay? When I first moved back from the San Diego area, I moved back to Chicago. And this stuff is really good. I worked for a computer software company. I was doing forensic work, but doing a forensic audio work and photography work. But I need something else to supplement it. So I took some sales jobs as well. And I was working as a salesperson for a computer software company. And I didn't know anything about computers. I mean, I know about computers, but I didn't know anything about, how to sell computers or software or anything. I actually learned all of my computer knowledge while working at this company, how to build computers and everything, which was not part of my job, but just talking to the techs there and everything, learned a lot, all right? So anyways, the sales guys at this company usually went out for lunch. They would do a lunch thing maybe every Friday or something like that. And so they said, let's go to the Indian place. I said, I never had Indian food before. They go, oh, you'll like it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna or not, okay? It's more butter chicken. Man, this stuff is good. And so anyways, they said to me, well, let's try this place. It's an all-you-can-eat Indian place. And I do recommend that you go to an all-you-can-eat Indian place if you haven't gone to an Indian place before, because I don't know what anything's really called. It's just, I see it, I like it, I take it, and I eat it, okay? And so it turns out that I liked the Indian food. It was rather spicy, you're sweating up storm and drinking lots of water and everything. If you notice, I haven't drank anything yet. Don't need to, really. Not with butter chicken. It's got a little kick to it, but it's not like it's so spicy that you can't handle it, all right? And it's very smooth. The sauce is really smooth on here. Man, they do a really good job. So anyways, I found out I liked Indian food. Now, I said to my wife, I said, you want to try some Indian food? And of course, she never really wanted to try it. As my daughter grew up, I asked her if she wanted to try Indian food. Of course, she didn't want to try it. Then later on, when she was, I would say, college age now, I brought her back to that Indian restaurant that I went to originally. And she tried it, and she said, yeah, I really like this stuff. I think what happens is when you haven't tried something before and you're willing to give it a shot, you might find that you like stuff more than you think. Yeah, and I think as she grew up, your tastes change as you get older. She appreciated it. Now she eats the Indian food all the time too. This is good. This is really good. So for all this stuff here, yeah, they gave me somebody else's order. I didn't order the chicken biryani. Oh, let me talk about chicken biryani, okay? Let me move this to the side here. Let's take a look at the chicken biryani, okay? Biryani, B-I-R-Y-A-N-I. I was working for another company. I worked a lot of different jobs. And when 9/11 happened, that company laid off a whole bunch of employees. And so because I was one of the last ones in, you're the first ones out, right? So because they did the layoff, you could technically go for unemployment. Now, I'd never gone for unemployment before in my life. So they said, well, you might as well. I mean, they laid you off. It was right after 9/11 happened. So I was talking to the unemployment guy there, and he says, well, what industry were you in? I said, well, it was a telecommunications company and things. And he looked at it because you actually could retrain if you want, and the government will actually pay you for that. Like, what do you mean pay me? He goes, well, we'll pay for your education if you want to retrain in the computer field. Yeah, I didn't have anything going on. So I says, I could take computer classes? He goes, yeah. So I went to a computer school and took some classes, okay? And one of the instructors there, he was an Indian guy. So he says, let's go to lunch. So a bunch of the students and him, we went to lunch, and he brought me to a place not too far from the school. And I says, I don't know what I should order. And then so I was talking to the other students who had already been there before. He says, order the chicken biryani. I said, okay. And so that's what this is. It's a rice-based thing. Again, basmati rice. This one, this one has more spice than the butter chicken. Okay, but they cook this in a huge vat. Usually, it's like a really big amount of it, and this stuff is good. It's spicy. I can see there's cilantro in here. There's chicken, of course. I don't know what all the spices are, quite frankly, but it is something I like a lot. Yeah, so, a lot of this stuff is rice, right? Indian food in general, when you go to these places, you'll see it looks like a whole bunch of sauces because everything is just covered in sauce, okay? You got to dig through the sauce to see what's in there, really. And that's where I've tried stuff that I've never tried before. Like, for instance, goat. Have you ever had goat? I've had it. Yeah. And interestingly, I like it. Some people think it's too gamey, but I liked it. Big piece of chicken. Now, I've noticed, too, a lot of the chicken that you use in the Indian food tends to be like chicken thighs, which is fine with me because that's usually what I would eat anyways. So there's the fried onions in here. Now, I typically don't eat onions. Not like I can't handle it. It's just that I hadn't eaten a lot of onions because my wife doesn't usually have onions with her stuff. And after I got married, I kind of stopped eating things that had onions in it. But this has a lot of it. I will say this. After you eat these things, yeah, you're probably not going to want to be near anybody else because your breath will smell like it for a while. I'm going to go back to this butter chicken here. This stuff is colorful. Now, I wonder why they give me this yogurt sauce. Let me try some of this yogurt sauce. Let me take this spoon here. Get some of this rice off of it. Let me taste what this is. Yeah, it's just a standard yogurt sauce. Why would I put that on? Maybe the chicken biryani needs it? I have no idea. I wouldn't pour it on the butter chicken. Maybe people do. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I would like to keep the butter chicken as pure as it is. Okay. Now, I know you're being backlit quite a bit. I'm sorry about that. I tried to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see it better. I'll see if I can fix it a little bit in post-production, but it might wash out the background more just to make me look a little bit better. I'm telling you, this stuff is great. Yeah, so how would I rate this place? Okay, here's what I would say. In terms of service, they were slow, but they were so busy, it's kind of understandable. I knew once I walked in, I ain't getting this fast. And typically in the past when I went there, it would take 10, 15 minutes to get your stuff. I don't think they did cook it on the spot. This stuff's now all pre-made and waiting for you. They cook it when you place the order. And orders were coming in and people were coming in. They were overwhelmed. I know. I don't even want to talk. I just want to eat it. They were overwhelmed with orders. So I already knew they were going to be slow. But 20 minutes is quite a long time to wait when you're supposed to be like just a quick takeout type of place. How would I rate their food? Out of a scale of 10? I would rate the food 10. 10, yes, 10 out of 10. Service, we'll knock them down to 9. Because it was understandable they were going to be slow. I saw how much stuff was coming in. They were just being overwhelmed. They do need help, there's no doubt. But this is a food review thing, so let's talk about their food. I would rate them 10 out of 10. Yeah. Now, I do know some people have said that they didn't like this place for whatever reason. You know, some Indian friends. Yeah, maybe they know something I don't know as far as maybe the quality is different than other places. I don't know, but you know, for a guy who is not an Indian guy, don't really know the stuff, this stuff tastes great. Man. And like I said, you notice I haven't even taken a sip of water. It's spicy, but not to the point where it hurts, right? The other day I was at Pita Inn, which you'll probably see before this video. They had some hot sauce. I couldn't handle that hot sauce. It overwhelmed everything, okay? That's not the case here. This stuff is flavorful, spicy. And not where I can't handle it. Now I know there's North Indian and South Indian foods. I'm not really sure where these come from. North, I'm gonna guess. I have no idea. You gotta look it up. Now you might be thinking I should be looking this stuff up. Yeah, maybe I'll look it up. Doesn't matter to me. I know what I like. And if I was gonna order something, it would be these two. It would be the chicken biryani because I've had the chicken biryani before. It would be butter chicken. So yeah. Highest recommendations. Yeah. If you're in that area, check them out. Yeah. Prices are reasonable, I think. Be aware you're gonna have to wait a little bit. You're probably not gonna get what I got for the money. You're gonna get a lunch special, you're gonna get a lunch special. This is not the lunch special. This is somebody else's order. So thank you to that person. I feel bad because when that guy shows up, he's gonna end up with a butter chicken lunch special. He's gonna go back to complain. And I had no clue because the bag is all sealed up. It's all sealed up and then you don't know until you get it home. It did feel kind of heavy to me. I was wondering why this thing weighed what it weighed. But I was already home, it's too late. And even if I brought it back, what are you gonna do with it? They can't give it to somebody else. They don't know what you did to the food. Yeah, so I came out ahead this time, yeah. Will I be back? Absolutely will be back. I've been there before. I'll be back for more. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time. Stuff is good.